So you've done it. You've navigated the entities, mastered the EOR contracts. You've got time zone clocks on your wall. Your borderless team is operational and running. But then something strange happens. That brilliant developer in Manila says a project is no problem, but then goes quiet days before the project is due. Your entire Cape Town office is suddenly, politely, offline for 2 weeks in December. And you get the creeping feeling that in your all hands meeting, you're only actually hearing from one time zone. If this sounds familiar, here's the good news. Your team isn't broken. You're just receiving information in a cultural language you haven't learned to decode yet. Today, we're moving from the logistics of global hiring to the real work, the leadership, the human connection, and the systems that turn cultural diversity from a challenge into your single greatest advantage. Let's start with the most common source of friction, communication. In the US, we're taught a say what you mean style, direct, frank, transparent. It's efficient, but in many cultures across Asia, the Middle East, and even within the etiquette-focused communication we found in South Africa, communication serves a different master, preserving harmony and saving face. In these contexts, a yes often doesn't mean I agree and I will deliver. It can mean I hear you, or I don't want to disappoint you by saying no right now. We learned this the hard way. We'd leave a meeting with what we thought was alignment, only to find the work stalled later because unseen obstacles were never voiced. Our solution was to build a system for clarity. We instituted a clarity check at the end of each significant conversation. Instead of asking, is everyone clear, which almost always gets a yes, we asked specific open-ended questions. What potential obstacles do you foresee with this deadline? Or how would you approach the first step of this task? This creates a safe, structured channel for concerns. We also enforced a 3-channel communication rule for critical info. It must be 1, spoken in a meeting, 2, visualized in a design or mock-up, and 3, documented in our project management tool. This bridges not just time zones, but also communication style gaps. Next, let's talk about time. Not time zones, but time off. Here's a foundational truth. In much of the world, national holidays and annual leave are not a flexible perk. They are a non-negotiable cultural expectation. Running a US-style PTO policy is a recipe for frustration and high turnover. When setting up our entity in South Africa, we learned employees are entitled to up to 21 consecutive days off per year and 12 national holidays. The December holiday period isn't just a few days of slower activity. It's a major cultural shutdown. We had to learn fast. Our fix was to implement a no surprises global calendar within our Google Calendar system. Every Q4, we made sure that we were up to date with each country's holiday schedule and any other planned events that we had for the next year. We then applied these to our project management tool to make sure that we weren't setting expectations for due dates on days when employees would not be working. This wasn't us just being nice. It was an operational necessity and a profound sign of respect. And that brings us to motivation and feedback. In the US, we often celebrate the rock star, the individual achiever. But in many cultures, motivation is deeply tied to the team success and collective recognition. Calling out one person can make them and their colleagues profoundly uncomfortable. The same goes for feedback. My direct, let's get this done approach, while well-intentioned, could be received as harsh and shaming in cultures where feedback must be indirect and private to be effective. So we introduced the motivation menu. During onboarding, every manager had a conversation with their new employee and asked 2 simple questions. How do you like to be recognized for great work? And how do you prefer to receive constructive criticism? You write it down, you honor it. It's the ultimate act of personalized, culturally intelligent leadership. All these systems lead to one goal, not making your team act like everyone else at HQ, but forging a new shared third culture. This is your team's unique operating system. Rituals build this. You must protect core overlap hours for real collaboration. Use a coffee roulette bot to spark random cross-team chats. Have a monthly cultural show and tell where someone shares about their local life. And I cannot overstate this enough. You must budget for in-person meetings. It is the highest ROI investment you will make. It resets the human firmware, builds the trust that makes every virtual conflict easier to manage, and transforms remote colleagues into true teammates. This isn't a luxury. It's the secret weapon of every truly cohesive borderless team. What's one ritual that brought your remote team closer together? In the next video, we synthesize everything. We'll build a strategic framework for answering the biggest questions. Where should my first or next hire be? We'll weigh cost, skills, culture, and risk to make your most important geographic decision. We're not just building teams across borders. We're building a better way to work together. I'm Jonathan Sellers, the Borderless founder. See you in the next one.